Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to This Day.
Good morning. Today is Thursday, and it's January 9th, and today's National Day is National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day.
How appropriate for today.
It is appropriate for
Yes.
today, and you'll find out why as soon as he tells you who's on today.
What if I don't tell anybody?
Well, don't keep it a secret.
I won't keep it a secret. All right. Well, really nice today from the Orange County Sheriff's Department. We have Lieutenant Thomas Graham, and he is part of their Air Support Bureau. He's going to tell us all about that. Also, we have Greg Rask coming on. He is running for this U.S. Congressional District, District 45, and he's going to tell us, well, about himself and while he's running. And then recreation events, man, there are a lot that Brian Gruner and Marcia Garcia, I think they're both coming on, are going to talk about. There's got to be like 8 or something like that. And we're going to tell you about each and every one of those.
Yes, we are. Okay, but first we're going to tell you what meetings we're having today. We have the Mutual 50 Agenda meeting, which will be in the Towers Key Club at 10 a.m. The Third Garden Villas Association meeting, which will be in Clubhouse 5 at also 10 a.m. And the GRF CAC meeting, which will be in the boardroom at 1:30. All right, so law enforcement officers of every rank and file have chosen a profession that puts their life on the line every day for our communities. They've answered to the call of public service that is demanding and often unappreciated. From local, state, and federal, their duties command dedication. The jobs are often thankless and take them away from their families for long hours. Rarely do they know their days have in store for them. Often law enforcement are only paid emergency resource the only paid emergency resource a community has. More often, they work in coordination with other local, state, and federal organizations to make communities safer. On National Law Enforcement Day, we have an opportunity to thank them for their service and offer a token of our respect. And on our program today, we have Lieutenant Graham with the Orange County Sheriff's Department. So it's fitting that he is joining us today, and he'll be right up after Ken gives the weather and also a commercial break.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, it's a great day to honor all those folks that are in those services, and they do a wonderful job. They really do. Hey, the weather. Well, this is kind of a strange day in that you might get a little bit of everything today. This morning, there were actual high wind warnings for parts of Southern California. We have some sun out there. We got a lot of clouds out there, and we have a chance of rain. So whatever you want. Oh, plus we're a lot cooler today. There were actually frost warnings in certain areas, not here, but out in the Inland Empire. So what we're looking at is a possibility of a few little drizzles here today. And really for this area, Orange County, South Orange County, we're looking at from noon to about 4 o'clock. And there's already some rain that is up in Santa Barbara. Again, it's not a lot. It's not guaranteed that it'll get down here, but if it does, it'll be around that block of time or so. Then it's just going to, kind of end. As I said, you look out this morning, there's some sun, there's some clouds. It's kind of windy, a little bit of everything. Now, going forward, all the way through really into next week, into Wednesday and Thursday, what you see there for the next 4 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, keep that continuing all the way through at least Wednesday or Thursday of next week. Maybe we'll get a little bit of the morning fog, maybe we'll get a few little scattered clouds, but staying in the mid-60s for all those days and then going down to the mid to upper 40s, that is just going to continue all the way through next week. So unless we get a little rain today, there's certainly nothing in the forecast, at least for another 7-8 days or so. Let's look around the area. And all the temperatures are down, not Inland Empire. Inland OC is 57 degrees today, not 579. That might be great for making a steak, but not for walking around here. Light snow in Big Bear today. This system is going to bring maybe about an inch of rain, from what I understand. An inch of snow, a little bit of rain up there, and it should turn to snow later on today and into the evening up in those areas. But if you're traveling up in the mountain areas, they're not talking about needing chains or anything like that. It's not going to be a lot, but just to let you know that if you're traveling up there, and again, just to let you know, if you have stuff outside, you don't want to get wet, there is a chance of a little bit of sprinkles, a little bit of stuff coming in. Again, probably from around noon to maybe 4 o'clock. That's sort of the block. That could change a bit, and it shouldn't be much at all, but just keep that in mind. All right, we'll be back.
your life with the Buzz Around XL travel scooter from Golden. The Buzz Around is fun to drive with a tight indoor turning radius so you can go just about anywhere. It's also so easy to charge and offers all-day range so you can go further. The Buzz Around even has more leg and foot room for all-day driving comfort. Be safe with the XL's ultra-bright LED headlight. Plus, the Buzz Around XL can be easily taken apart into several lightweight pieces. See for yourself just how easy and affordable mobility freedom can be.
Jacobson McCall have created Agent 55, a real estate firm focused on 55-plus communities.
Agent 55 and the marketing technology allows us to deliver even more to buyers and sellers.
Everyone respects Kelly's over 30 years experience as a top sales producer and trusted expert within 55-plus communities.
Agent 55 has great knowledge of Laguna Woods.
Agent 55 offers something powerful and unique. We guarantee it. Ask us how.
The best workout machine is one that will get you results fast and is one that you'll actually want to do. Introducing the Body Power Step Track, the affordable 2-in-1 alternative that puts you ahead of the curve. With the Curve Crank technology, it's designed to combine cardio and strength training into one machine. Step Track gives you 8 levels of magnetic resistance and is professional designed with high-intensity training workouts that take just 12 minutes a day. So what do you have to lose besides your excuses? Step up and get ahead of the curve.
Save now at LA Carpet & More's 50% off sale.
Buy direct and save 50% on carpet and 50% off tile.
Plus, get 5 years 0% financing.
LA Carpet, #1 for you.
Save now at LA Carpet & More's 50% off sale.
Buy direct and save 50% on carpet and 50% off tile.
Plus, get 5 years 0% financing.
LA Carpet, #1 for you.
Hi, I'm Lieutenant Kimber Mood with the Orange County Sheriff's Department. We've seen an increase in phone scams where con artists pretend to be someone they are not, including law enforcement officers. Don't be a victim. Trust your instincts. If a call seems suspicious, it probably is. For example, the Orange County Sheriff's Department will never require payment over the phone. If you receive one of these calls, contact the Orange County Sheriff's Department as soon as possible and visit our website to learn more about scams.
Welcome back. Well, as part of our series of the Orange County Sheriff's Department visiting us, I have Lieutenant Thomas Graham, who is part of the Air Support Bureau. Well, thank you very much for joining us. You're not just part of, you're actually the lead of the Bureau, correct?
That's correct, yes.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about yourself and how long you've been with the department.
I've been on the department since my 20th year, so I started in the jails.
Okay.
I did about 6-7 years in the jail. And then I came out to patrol, and I patrolled Laguna Hills and part of Laguna Woods.
Okay.
At night as part of my duties. After that, I was blessed to go to the academy, so I was able to train approximately 750 new deputies and officers. After that, I was promoted to sergeant. I went back to the jails for about a year.
Okay.
Then I had an opportunity to go to internal affairs, so I worked internal affairs for about 2 years. I went back to the academy, and I promoted to lieutenant, and went back to the jails. And then after that, I had the opportunity to apply for a position in the Homeland Security Division, and I was selected as a mutual aid coordinator for the county.
Okay.
I did that for about 5 months, and then I was assigned to go to the Air Support Bureau.
Okay.
And I've been there for the past 10 months.
Past 10 months. Okay, great. You know, obviously air. For, you know, is it just air or is it also land as well? Or just air support?
Air support.
Okay, so it consists of what?
Well, basically our permitted duty is to provide aerial support for the County of Orange, whether it be our own contract cities or any law enforcement agency, any fire department, any first responder agency that needs our assistance, we're going to help.
Okay.
And our primary duties are patrol operations, search and rescue, and we also do firefighting.
Okay. And approximately how many calls do you guys get?
Gosh, we have a lot of calls of service. I think last year alone, I think it was approximately 2,850 calls that we responded to.
Okay. All right.
And those could be just routine calls, or it could be high-risk calls. So anywhere from, a loud party to an alarm call, a burglary or a robbery call, to SWAT call-outs, hostage negotiations, pursuits, or missing persons.
Okay, so a vast variety of
variety of
things.
calls.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about the people that make up the department. Or your bureau. I keep saying
bureau?
department or bureau.
Okay.
Yeah, in your bureau.
So we have myself as a lieutenant. We have 2 full-time sergeants.
Okay.
I have 8 full-time deputy sheriffs. I have 1 full-time police officer from Santa Ana.
Okay.
Who is in flight school right now.
Okay.
I have 2 full-time mechanics, 1 telecommunications engineer, and we have approximately 50 volunteers that work for the Air Support Bureau.
Now, the volunteers are made up of what, professional service responders and reserve deputies. Do they
Correct.
each have different types of skills?
Yes. In order for so they'll apply for the department through our county website, and depending on their skills, if they have some type of unique skill where they're a prior law enforcement or they're maybe a prior aviator or they have some type of medical, like an EMT or a paramedic, then they could qualify for our unit, our bureau.
Okay. Okay.
And, we have a great group. They save us a lot of money and they donate a lot of hours.
Right.
We really appreciate them because with our search and rescue, we don't have the staffing, the full-time staffing to do what we do. So with their help, we're able to provide a great service to the community.
Do you train the deputies just like you would train an officer? Well, I guess, I mean, the reserve, do you train the reserve the same way you would treat somebody who was employed?
Yes.
Okay.
So they have the same type of training, like whether a paramedic or let's say a hoist operator. So we send them through the same type of schooling and they get the same type of repetitions that they do as our full-time deputies.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, good. All right, you have 5 helicopters, all named Duke.
Duke, yes.
Why is that?
Well, they're all Duke 1, Duke 3.
Okay.
Duke 6 and 7 are our Huey aircraft. So those are primary for our search and rescue and our fire operations.
Okay. And then the one, we're showing a few different ones on the screen here. So we've got the one on the left, is that a Huey on the left?
That's correct, yes.
Okay, and that's for what type of operation?
So that's for our search and rescue and our fire operations. Those were acquired through military surplus.
Okay.
And we've overhauled them, and they're great helicopters.
Okay. And then on the right is the one that you use for every day?
Correct. Those are A-stars. Those are pretty much for patrol operations. Majority of our airtime is for patrol operations. I think we spent, 3,300 hours flight time.
Okay.
And the majority of that is in patrol. I think 2,900 hours for patrol operations. So with the Hueys, the one on the left there, I think we did about 300 hours of rescue and fire.
Sure. Well, gosh, with how many fires we had, I'm sure you guys are busy. All right, so let's talk about what's on one of the helicopters is a night vision. It's called FLIR?
FLIR, yes.
Okay, and what does that stand for? Gee, I hope you know.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. In any case, tell me what it does.
So basically the FLIR is, so during the daytime, the camera is a very technical camera.
Yeah.
Okay, it's on the screen.
So it's on the screen here, yeah, so obviously heat.
Right, so at night we can zoom in. At night we can zoom in probably pretty much to a half mile out, and we could switch to infrared, which it just did right there. And it picks up heat sources, so if a suspect is trying to hide or if they're trying to flee, the tactical flight officer could switch to that type of camera and follow them. And that camera is so technical that it'll pick up such a small heat source. So if they're hiding, it'll actually pick up the footprints that the suspect has left behind.
Oh, wow.
So it's a great tool, and our TFOs utilize that with great expertise.
Okay, well, it's amazing what you can see. I'm surprised. Even the footprint, how is that possible? That's amazing.
It just any type of heat source. So like if you see if there's a pursuit, usually the engines are real hot on the car. So I mean that heat source will stay there, and it's just like usually when suspects they're overheating, they're nervous, and that camera will pick up that heat source.
Oh, that's great. I mean, obviously those are only used at night. Unless, of course, what if you were in a building, or if someone was in a building, it would be able to go right through that building, day or night, right? No?
No.
Okay. So, well, because I was wondering if you're up in the air and you can't find them outside, you would not be able to use that during the day and be able to look through the building itself?
No, it's not X-ray
okay.
vision. No.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Good. Tell me a little bit about the overall operations again. So you support the SWAT team, K-9 unit.
Yes.
Okay.
We train regularly. Our pilots train pretty much during every shift.
Okay.
Our search and rescue every weekend. We're doing hoist cycles to, better prepare in case of some type of emergency or rescue call.
Right.
And we also prepare and train with our SWAT teams, our K-9 teams, and our dive team.
Okay.
Regularly.
Okay. Wow. Well, you have your hands full.
Yes.
That's a lot to do. Well, thank you so much, and
No problem.
also thank you for your service. As you heard, today is National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day, so hopefully you'll get some high fives out there today.
I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you very much for your time. All right. And remember, they're out there helping you, so make sure you give a high five to an officer today. We'll be right back.
Over 25 years, we have worked hard to make Brilliant Smile the premier dental office in Laguna Woods. We take the extra time to understand our patients' special needs and always perform the highest quality dental work at affordable prices in a relaxing and friendly environment. There is no need to refer our patients to anybody else. We perform everything from cleaning all the way to the implant and sinus surgeries all under one roof. Stop in or call and experience the Brilliant Smile difference.
Did you know that the Laguna Hills Lodge was originally built as a place for relatives or friends to stay when they were visiting? In 1968, Laguna Woods' residents built the first 2 buildings of the lodge because they wanted a place close by for visitors to stay. Since then, the lodge has become the spare bedroom for the Laguna Woods' residents. The lodge has received the TripAdvisor Award of Excellence 8 years in a row. We invite you to stay in one of our recently remodeled garden rooms and take advantage of a special offer for Laguna Woods' residents, family, and friends.
Envision, the eye doctor's #1 choice.
I have worked with the doctors at Envision for over 20 years. Their experience, state-of-the-art technology, and positive outcomes have earned them my trust in taking care of our mutual patients.
With clear vision, all things are possible. To schedule your appointment today, contact us at 866-599-2740.
Through my window, I see the first sunlight, and I feel the warm ocean breeze. I see the waves that lulled me all night. That's what my window brings me.
Look at this.
That view is $1 million.
It's amazing we can look at these kinds of places within our budget.
You don't have a bad view from here anywhere you look.
It's all about the view. Sunday night is beach night. Sunday night at 8, only on HGTV.
I run Fox News. Anyone outside is the enemy.
We need to reclaim this country for the real Americans.
Gretchen?
Roger. I'm broadening my audience.
Well, I hired you because you're a beauty queen.
He's a bully.
I will do anything to protect my people. I'm a multifaceted man.
And welcome back. I would like to welcome back someone who's been on our program a couple times before from, well, he was the mayor of Mission Viejo. He's still on their city council, but he's on today to talk about his candidacy for the 45th Congressional District right here in this area. Greg Rass, nice to see you again.
Good to be back. You guys are always very friendly to me. I appreciate it.
Well, I'd love to have you here. And as I mentioned, first, you've been on the council for Mission Viejo, and you were the only reason you're not mayor, just like here. They change them every year. but you're still on their council.
Yes, I'm in my second term, second year of my second term. I was mayor last year, 2019. We rotate the mayorship every year. This year for 2020 is going to be Brian Goodell, who is a two-time Olympic gold medalist in swimming. So he's great to have on our council, and he'll be a great mayor.
Yeah. Now let's talk about your background. You really do have quite a background. You go back with, of course, the United States Marine Corps. You were a colonel, 30 years active duty, and a fighter pilot.
Yes, my father was a World War II pilot during the European conflict, or over in Europe. He flew the A-20 Havoc, 65 combat missions. So I always kind of want to do what my father did. We have 8 kids in our family, and I said, Dad, I want to be a pilot. So I grew up in Phoenix, Arizona, went to Arizona State University and joined the Marine Corps Officer Program and served 30 years as a Marine Corps fighter pilot.
Yeah, right out of El Toro.
El Toro, my first assignment was right here in 1978. I got assigned to El Toro. I was loving life, and my buddy and I bought a little house in Mission Viejo. We've been there ever since.
Yeah.
So 3 combat tours, most notable was Desert Storm. I flew mostly off of aircraft carriers. I flew off the USS Midway, which is now a museum down in
that's a great
California.
place to go. Yeah.
And my last tour was on the USS Abraham Lincoln as a F-18 squadron commander, and I flew in Operation Southern Watch.
Yeah, and then you became a pilot for JetBlue.
JetBlue, commercial airline pilot, flew the Airbus.
A little different flying, right?
Yeah, it was not the same.
No.
I only did it for a few years. It was pretty boring after flying fighters for 30 years, and then a friend of mine had a business, and he brought me in to be the president of a company. So.
Yeah, and was that the auto parts?
Yes,
company?
it was an auto part distribution firm in Anaheim. I was the president. Did that for 7 years till we sold the company and made a little money, so I went into politics. I actually ran for U.S. Congress in 2014, my first time. Mimi Walters won the seat, and last year she lost the seat, so my job this year is to get that seat back.
Yeah, and people, I think sometimes don't realize, for good or bad, Congress comes up every 2 years. It's only a 2-year term. So we're back in it again. So why are you back in it again?
Well, here's the thing. I'm a Republican conservative. The 45th congressional district is 10 cities are in the district. Mission Viejo is the second largest city, Irvine being the largest. Laguna Woods is in the district, and we're a very conservative district. All 10 cities, or 9 out of the 10 cities are run by Republican mayors and councils. So we're very conservative. Katie Porter won last year. She's a Democrat, and I feel she doesn't fit the mold for the district. Obviously she does, but my job is to win in 2020 and get the seat back. But like you said, the day she won, we all jumped in to get the seat back. So there's 6 of us Republicans running in the primary, which is March 3rd. Everybody will be receiving a ballot in the mail February 3rd, so you have 29 days to fill the ballot.
Yeah, early this year. We got to tell people again.
It's an early
changed,
primary. It's usually in June, but this year it is in March 3rd.
Yeah.
But everybody this year gets a mail-in ballot. There's no more precinct voting.
That's right.
This is new this year.
Right.
So you'll be getting your ballot. You have 29 days to mail it in, or you can drop it off at an election center. I don't know where those are yet, but you have till March 3rd to turn them in.
Okay, some of the issues. Tell us, I know looking on your website, security is a very big issue for you.
National security at the federal level, as a U.S. congressman, I will go to Washington and be your eyes and ears, but I'll also be your voice in Washington. My job is to ensure that we maintain national security. Obviously, we want to control our borders. We want to control immigration, and that's a big issue. And I'm willing to work across both aisles, go to Washington and work with both parties to get this problem solved. A lot of people just think of, the southern border, that's where all the illegal immigration comes through. But half of illegal immigrations are people that come to our country on visas and overstay their visas.
Okay.
So the State Department needs to get more strict on what happens to the people once these visas expire and make sure they go back to their countries.
Okay. Obviously, really the last 2 years, but really the last several years, almost 4 years now, since President Trump was elected, but even prior to that, things have obviously gotten more and more contentious between the parties in Congress and the Senate. You could probably maybe go back starting about 20 years ago or so. It was really started to ramp up. Doesn't matter who gets elected president or who gets elected to Congress, we have seen every year these huge stalemates that happen over different things. If you get elected, you know, you're one person, of course, but what would you like to see change? What do you think can make things happen? You got to work together, no matter what. Not everybody's going to get everything they want. How do you see that happening?
Well, a good friend of mine, he's a retired three-star general. He's a congressman from Michigan. I was actually, when I was a colonel, I was his chief of staff when he commanded the 4th Marine Air Wing. I just was in Washington. I had dinner with him. He came out here to help me campaign, and he says it's possible to work on both sides of the aisle, but it's such a stalemate right now with this whole impeachment.
You're right.
And people don't know, but in 1998, I was assigned to the White House when I was a colonel.
Right.
During the Clinton administration. And I was there during the whole impeachment, and it just stops government.
Yeah.
And so this whole impeachment thing just kind of stopped everything here in the last few months. So let's get through this impeachment, let's get the trial out of the way, and then let's get to work. And as your congressman, I will work for you, and I will be your voice, and like I said, your eyes and ears in Washington. But there's so much we can do. Taxes, the tax bill was, although it was very positive, but it put this $10,000 cap on salt, and it's really affected us here in California. It's affected
us. I'll raise my hand. It affected us.
And I will work to get rid of that $10,000 limit, or at least increase it to some other higher level. But it's really affected us here in California, and I believe that's one reason Mimi Walters lost in 2018, because she voted for that. I would not have voted for that.
Yeah.
So immigration, taxes are two big issues we need to discuss. Also national security. And as a Marine, I have military experience. I have Washington experience. I worked at the White House. I worked at Congress. I understand the Pentagon. I got now political experience, 6 years on city council, and I have business experience. I was president of a very successful company.
As a Marine, and because this is right now, right in the news today, of course, the conflict with Iran right now. I know everyone has said on both sides of the aisles that this general was a bad guy. The debate is, was this the right thing to do? We know that other presidents have looked at this and kind of put it off. The big question is there an end game here? Is there a plan? Was this done rashly? Again, everyone agrees this was a bad person. How do you look at it? And right now, Congress is thinking about maybe curtailing the powers that the president has, war powers as they call them. A couple Republicans today are on board with that as well. They're both more libertarians, of course, Senators Lee and Rand Paul.
Right.
So how do you look at all that?
Well, that was a very bold move by our president to take this guy out. He was a bad man, like you said. I've had 4 tours over there. My initial tour was 1979. I was on the USS Midway flying the F-4 Phantom, and that's when it all started, when the embassy was taken over by the young people there in Iran, and then the Ayatollah came back. And we've been at war literally for 40 years with these guys. And I thought President Trump has been very restrained over the last few months with all these. He shot down a couple of our drones. He obviously attacked the Saudi oil fields and a few others. And this was a bad person. I think this was a game changer, because Iran, I think they will come to the table and start negotiating once and for all for peace.
Okay.
I really hope this changes. I may be wrong, but I think this is a major game changer. Iran now understands President Trump is not going to put up with this anymore, and they need to talk to him.
Okay. I want to mention that, folks, so you can read more about gray grass right here on Sorbet Magazine. And then you brought in this one, South
there's an
County.
article on South Coast.
So you can look at that.
Yes.
And of course, your website is very easy, graygrass.com.
Yes, sir.
You can go through all the issues, a little too numerous to mention here, but where you stand on everything. And good luck to you again. The primary is coming up soon, March 3rd.
March 3rd. The ballots February 3rd.
Yeah.
So ballots will be mailed out in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So we're really close.
They'll be on the way.
All
Good
right.
to see you again.
Thank you very much.
As always, hope I see you back.
Okay.
And we'll be back in just a moment.
At Freedom Village Assisted Living, we provide loving care and support when your loved one needs it most. We believe in laughing more and caring more. Dining will be an experience, not just a meal. We offer opportunities to create new memories. Your family will feel like they are part of our family as we work toward creating an extraordinary difference in lives worth living. To schedule a tour and complimentary lunch and for more information, please call us at 949-340-8108 or visit our website, freedomvillage.org.
I'm a strong believer that there's something for everyone out there. But some people never stop searching. I've looked long and hard through these parts, and I thank my lucky stars I stumbled across a special place, a unique place, where you never know what you'll find. The Trading Post, only on Channel 6.
Hi, I'm Vince Ferragamo. I spent some of my best years as an NFL quarterback, but today I've got a new team, and we're helping seniors who spent their best years fighting for our country, defending our freedom, and informing the nation. Our hometown heroes need help. AgeWell Senior Services is their lifeline. Nonprofit AgeWell can do all of this because you care enough to give. Please join me in supporting AgeWell. Donate today.
Been coming here since about 1995, 25 years. When it comes to medicine, you have three choices. They either give you chemicals, or they cut your body, give you surgery, or you can do something about your body where you heal yourself from inside out. You reach a point of no return where you really want to end it all, because you cannot take that depression and that anxiety. That's not life. I don't think there's anybody in the world doing what he is doing. It'll only help you, and then you can phase to whatever part of your life you want to phase.
Call today for your free phone consultation.
Welcome back. Well, as I said a little bit earlier, there is a lot happening within our recreation department. A lot of fun things, a lot of special events today. We have Marcia Garcia over here, and she works over at the Performing Arts Center. Now, not everything we're talking about takes place at the Performing Arts Center.
That's right.
But several of them do. So welcome.
Yes, thank
welcome
you.
back. Happy New Year.
Thanks for having me. Thank you. Happy New Year to you too.
And this is a fun one, this first
The
one.
disc golf workshop.
Disc golf, yeah. And I've played this like years and years and years ago over in Huntington Beach and at their big park. And it's something that if you have not played it before, it's so
Now's
much
your
fun.
chance.
And not only that, you know, you can go to like Dick's Sporting Goods, places like that. They have these, it's like golf. They go like, here's your driver frisbee, here's this one. It's really gotten huge, and it's easy to play and it's fun to play.
Yeah, it'll be a part of our village games this year.
Yeah.
So here's a good opportunity to come out and learn how to play if you don't, or just practice if you want. And I mean, what's better than being out in the sun, socializing, and playing a game?
Yeah, where does this take place, by the way?
This will be in the Community Fitness Center parking lot. And
Okay.
it looks like it'll be this Saturday and next Saturday from 11 a.m. to noon.
Okay. Is there already a bunch of folks here that play it? Do you know of, or is this something brand new? You're kind of
Yeah,
starting
this is
out here.
brand new to the village for the village games, but in order for it to be included, there must have been a demand of people already playing it and wanting it to be included for the
All
village
right.
games.
Do you think this is something, if it becomes popular, you start to see? Is there a disc golf course anywhere here, or do you think that could be added?
No, currently I don't think there is one, but
Okay.
it looks like these baskets and balls are portable
Yeah.
with the ability to
Yeah.
perhaps add them if we need to.
That's fun. Yeah, it's really, you know, try this because it's really great fun.
For
Yeah,
sure.
It is. All right, now, of course, Lunar New Year is coming up, and we had a couple guests from the Chinese American Club on the other day. It's the Year of the Mouse, and Saturday over at the Performing Arts Center, there's really two things that are happening.
Yeah, we have a two-part event. We've got a cultural fair happening from 11 to 2, so you can expect to see resident clubs performing. We'll have dancing, singing, Tai Chi. That'll be from 11 to 2, and residents can also come out and sample some traditional Chinese snacks. And then
There
the
you
evening
go.
show, 6:30, we still have tickets available. Tickets are $10 and $15, and that'll be a big show. Nice. We'll have a big
Yeah.
Chinese orchestra, the traditional lions dance. So it'll be big, colorful, beautiful.
Yeah.
So I hope people come out and enjoy it.
It's going to be a lot of fun, and the one during the day is free.
Yes,
Just
it is
show
a
up
free
for that.
event.
The
Just
one in
show
the
up.
evening, buy tickets for.
Yes.
And every year, people rave about it. all the different acts and the entertainment that they have there. It's really a great cultural experience.
Yeah,
So
they
go
do a
out
great job.
and try that. Now, college football championships are, of course, coming up. And on Monday, January 13th, over at Clubhouse 5, you're going to be watching the game over there.
Yeah, it'll be Clemson versus LSU. I heard both are undefeated, so that should be a game to watch for sure. And kickoff has been updated to 5 o'clock.
All right. So head on over there. You'll be having snacks available, no host bar, and just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
All right. And I don't know, I think maybe I hope the Tigers win out of LSU. That would be probably because I'm a fan of New Orleans. So there you go. No offense to Clemson. All right. Pour and paint. This is something that has become very popular. You've done this in the past.
Yeah.
What could be better than drinking wine while you're painting?
Yeah, for sure. So we've got tickets available. The fee is $28. That includes 2 glasses of wine. All your materials and supplies are included, including an apron. So all you have to do is come out with your friends, learn how to paint these orchids, and Penny's a really fun teacher.
Yeah, she's really great. Do the paintings get better or worse as you drink a little bit more?
I think they get better. I always see this group photo at the end, and everyone is just smiling, and all the paintings are all unique.
Yeah, Penny is really good. I think years ago she came on and she talked about doing digital art too. This is back when the iPads were just kind of coming out now. So she is a great teacher. Yeah. You're going to have a lot of fun and enjoy that. That's the 20th, Monday the 20th. And is there a cost to this?
Yes, it'll be $28.
Would you say $28? Okay.
Yes.
And sign up for that because I remember it sells out.
It goes quickly, yeah.
Yeah, so definitely. In fact, all these things you got to kind of get on board. Now, great movie that came out just recently. In fact, Renee Zellweger just won, was the Golden Globe? I think it was a Golden Globe for it. Judy, you're going to be showing this movie, movie night, Monday, January 20th.
Yeah, again, a free event. Popcorn is included, so bring your friends and come on down. And I'm a big Renee Zellweger fan. I think she did a great job in Chicago. I haven't seen this yet.
I haven't seen this either.
But if she was as any good as she was in Chicago, then this will for sure be good.
Yeah, so I've heard it's just a great movie, and especially for a lot of people in this community grew up with Judy Garland.
Sure.
Yeah, so great one. And that will be, again, Monday, January 20th, where at?
At the Performing Arts Center.
Performing Arts Center, okay. Great location, and popcorn. There you go. To dovetail right into that, the 2020 Oscars are coming our way on February 9th, and you're going to be having a lot of fun with this. Again, Performing Arts Center.
Yes.
The red carpet rolls out at 3:30, and then, of course, the awards ceremony. What a great place to watch it.
Oh yeah, definitely on the big screen.
Yeah.
We'll have a little interactive red carpet in the lobby with some of our Village paparazzi and Village movie stars there. So come on down, join in on the fun, get your photo taken, and then relax and watch it on the big screen.
I think watching something like this, like the Oscars, with a bunch of people just makes it so much more fun. I mean, it really does.
Yeah, you feel like you're there.
Yeah, and you have a no-host bar, so let's see, what would be? You got to have a martini, right? While you're watching the Oscars.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
get yourself a martini. Maybe a Manhattan, but one of the two. All right, legendary, the Frankie Avalon, coming to the Performing Arts Center on March 7th.
Yep, he'll be here Saturday. The show will be at 7 o'clock. We still have tickets available, $40 and $50.
Okay.
So come on down. You don't want to miss it.
Now, is the $50 one, are those VIP ones? Are you doing that this time?
That will be for the orchestra section.
Oh, the orchestra section.
Yes.
Okay. And of course, the legendary Frankie Avalon, he's been here before, but if you've missed him, again, things like this sell out, folks. So get your tickets soon, and that will be Saturday, March 7th. What a great evening. I mean, that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes, we're all looking forward to it.
Yeah, that'll be great. Now, we want to mention that this community really works on volunteers. Honestly, it does. And they just got, recognized over the holidays. There's a big luncheon for them and all. I don't even know how many there are. I've heard like 500 or something. Yeah. And if you would ever like to get involved, what a great way to do this, because you get yourself involved with many of these events. You get to enjoy these events. You meet folks. And it's something that is fun to do, it's easy to do, and just a great time, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I think regardless of what your interest area is, we most likely have a place for you to volunteer. We've got Clubhouse 4, which has 8 workshops alone.
Yeah.
We've got the PC Club, the library, the History Center, the Video Lab and Video Studio, the Garden Center, and then you guys here at TV6 have volunteers as well.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in volunteering, we've got here the steps that you need to take to get your application and to get involved.
Yeah, and again, it's a lot of fun, and you probably have something that you can offer, like over, excuse me, at Clubhouse 4, all those different workshops over there, maybe one time you were a woodworker or jewelry or ceramics, whatever it is, not only do you get back into it to help people, you get to enjoy doing that yourself. So,
oh yeah, the social aspect and just the creative aspect, I think, is so healthy and such a joy for everybody.
Well, a lot going on in recreation, and of course, as we get closer to the Village Games, we'll talk more about that and all the different events that'll be going on. I think there's usually about 30 or something like that. So, and now disc golf. So there you go.
Yep.
All right, get your Frisbees out. Thank you. Always good to see you. You take care.
Likewise.
All right.
Thank you so much.
And remember, all these events, the number one thing is they sell out. So get your tickets now. We'll be back.
Hi, I'm John Bowser Bauman. You probably know me best as Bowser from Sha Na Na, but I'm also president of Social Security Works PAC. And you know, when I'm in Laguna Woods, I always watch Village Television. Grease for peace.
Welcome back. We have Miranda McPhee, who is here on behalf of the Old Pros, and we were just going over their latest adventure on the Spotify here on my phone, and it is the Old Pros Radio Hour.
Yes.
Well, tell me about it.
We went live a couple of weeks ago. We've got a series of podcasts. We've got 7 up there now. So, and every Friday we put up a new one. So there's another one coming up tomorrow.
Right.
And these are original stories written by people who live in the woods. And we record them at the video club. We've got a little sound booth there they built for us. So it's in partnership with the video club.
Yes.
And then we broadcast them. And you can access them either as a podcast on your phone.
Yes.
Or you can just go to like internet radio, you can go to the website and just click on it and read it, because not everybody has a smartphone.
Right.
So you have a choice as to when and where you read it. And we've had hundreds of people, hundreds of listens so far, really everywhere. I mean, we've got my nephew in London listening. We've got somebody in India listening. We've got people in Israel who've logged in. So it's really interesting to see some of these statistics starting to show. I mean, we're only a couple of weeks in, so it takes a while of, hey, have you heard?
Right.
And as we bring on more authors' stories and more readers, there'll be a lot of word of mouth, I think. We do have flyers out, but it's very much a, have you heard this story?
Okay. How many people are participating in the radio program?
Quite a lot. We have a core team of the producers. We have to find the material and put that together and create the podcast. And then we have every Saturday about 5 of us meet in the video club with the director and the recording, and then it goes into the editing process. So that may be somebody else or one of the team.
Right.
And then it comes through that whole cycle. And Bill Hemberger is the host on it, so he's the voice that you hear, and he puts the podcast together. So it's quite a team.
Wow, that is awesome. And then how many people at one time are in the booth recording? Is it
2?
Only 2.
It's a very small booth.
Yeah, it's a pretty small booth, so I'm imagining you can't fit too many. Yeah.
Generally it's 1, but we can deal with 2, but they have to be standing up.
Is it in character, or how does that work?
Well, it's reading a story. So sometimes you might be reading a story with no dialogue, but then we've had a couple of stories where there have been different characters coming in, and we use actors who can characterize the voices and play the old woman or the young child or the Westerner. So we've got Midwestern accents, because you never know what the story is going to be, and there's such a variety.
Okay.
We have everything from Brett Halsey talking about some of the anecdotes when he was a movie star. And we've got some humorous life tales, and then we've got some fiction from the Midwest. Tomorrow's stories are 2 set in Mexico. It's just really interesting to listen to. We don't close the door on pretty much any subject other than say it's PG rated.
Right.
And so we don't know always what we're going to get. So we're starting to get a lot of interesting stories coming in.
Okay.
And I think the more people listen, the more they'll go, oh, I've got a story that
that
like
would be
that.
fun. Sure.
And we have one series called Famous Acquaintances, because in a village this size, people have known people.
Of course.
Somebody went to college with Barbara Streisand. Somebody has met Jonathan Winters, and so you've got a whole bunch of these. And when people start to listen, they'll say, oh, I met so-and-so, I have a story. And our answer is, we'd love to hear it. Please write it down.
That is awesome. So how is it that people can send in a story? How does that work?
So our website is ocoldprose.org.
Okay.
And on the front page, there's a blue Old Prose Radio Hour logo.
Okay.
And if you click on that, it will take you to the whole page, which gives you the criteria, tells you where to send them.
Okay.
My telephone number is on that page if you've got any questions.
All right.
The email address, so everything is there.
Okay. That is so exciting.
And I think we would like to encourage people. People often say, I don't know if it's any good. Well, if it's good enough for you to tell someone,
sure,
we'd love to hear it too.
Yeah,
and we will use as many as we can.
Well, pretty soon you guys are going to have to do a podcast daily, because you're going to have a lot of stories.
Well, we're hoping for February. We'd like to make the month of romance.
Oh, fun.
And the Old Prose has put on Love is in the Air on the main stage. So we're going to bring some of that concept to the podcast.
Good.
And one of the things that we would like to know from the audience is, how did you meet your spouse?
Sure.
Do you have an entertaining story to tell? And it doesn't have to be funny, but it has to have to catch somebody's interest.
Sure.
It's that sort of, when you sit around a dinner table, oh, I've got a great story to tell.
Right.
We want those.
Oh, that is great. Now, you can find the Old Prose Radio Hour, and you said it's an Apple podcast.
Yes.
Okay, or you can go to Google Podcast or Spotify.
Yes.
Now, you told me that you have a tutorial somewhere. Is that on your website?
Well, the last time Sheila was on here with Ken was showing people how to download it on the podcast. So we took that clip and we've put it up by the logo on our site. So
perfect.
It walks you through.
Okay.
But if you don't have a smartphone, then go to our Buzzsprout site, which is our podcast.
Oh, gotcha.
Host.
Okay.
And
all right.
It just looked like a regular website, and you can click on it. It looks just like iTunes.
Okay, yes, got it. Just like they show there. So perfect.
Yes.
Okay, and that would be the ocoldprose.org for that information.
It all comes back to that blue icon. If you see that.
Good. No, I love it. It's perfect. It's perfect. Now, you have an overview of everything you guys are doing for the whole year. So let's just briefly go through each one, and you can kind of tell us maybe the first few months of what's going on.
So this year we're actually we're not dark in July and August, we usually are, so we got entertainment going on 12 months.
Oh, you do? Okay.
So yes, you get the full thing for the membership, and for all the club meetings, obviously it's included in the membership of $20 a year. We're starting in January with T.S. Eliot's Old Possum Spoke of Practical Cats, which was the inspiration for Cats the Musical and Cats the Movie.
Oh, that's great.
So Cats is coming out in a couple of weeks.
Right.
And so that'll be fun. That's actually being presented by the board.
Oh.
So yes, you'll find all of us doing, having some fun with that. So that'll be a really nice event to kick off the year. And then February is African American History Month. So we're doing, it says an interview with Maya Angelou. If you like, it's a reenacted interview.
Okay.
So that'll be interesting. The next one in March is a comedy, An Actor's Nightmare, by Christopher Drang. And that's about, I think it's an accountant who gets mistaken for the understudy and then has to go on and play the part, but he doesn't get the line. So,
okay.
And going forwards, we've got things like May, Oscar, George, and Noel. There'll be readings from Oscar Wilde, George Bernard Shaw, and Noel Coward. We've got some tragedy and comedy mystery scenes we'll pull in. That's not Shakespeare, but we'll pull in from some interesting plays.
Okay.
Shakespeare on the Patio
Yeah,
we're
I
going
like
to be
that.
doing this year. And we're going to wrap up the year with 'Tis the Season, a holiday celebration.
What is Angels
we've
in
done before.
America?
That was a Pulitzer Prize-winning play by Tony Kushner.
Oh, okay.
So that's got won several awards, of which I know the Pulitzer Prize, and I think it won a Tony as well.
Okay.
So we'll do some scenes from that.
Great.
But the interesting thing about the lineup is they are predominantly staged readings. So
Yes.
we hold auditions that we advertise in the Globe. There are rehearsals, and they are enacted, but you don't have to memorize. You're expected to know your lines, obviously, really well. But I find I tend not to be on the stage, so I'm the audience. And I find that when someone's acting really well and it's a good story, you don't even see they're carrying a piece of paper. You're just in the moment.
Right.
And there are lots of parts throughout here. So it's both a variety for the audience and also for people who are coming in who haven't acted before or haven't done it since school or think they might like to, or they want to get involved in the production side, because every show, however big or small, needs direction and production to some extent, or some props maybe.
Right.
So
Right.
there's a role for everybody, which is what I think is so interesting about this.
No,
group.
that's great, and you have such a good variety too, so it'll appeal to just about anybody.
Yeah, the planning team has gone all out on this year.
No, and you guys have a good time doing it too. You make it sound really fun. So
we do.
Yeah,
we do.
And you guys have a good time. All right, well, wonderful. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you for
the
having us.
information. I appreciate it, and good luck to you guys in your broadcast.
Thank you very much. Thank
All
you
right.
for having us.
Thanks. And if you want any information about the podcast that we talked about, you can always go to ocoldpros.org and listen up on your phone, or you can listen online. We'll be right back. Welcome back.
Yeah, good movie coming up on Friday.
I know. Do you want me to do that one?
Sure.
Okay, it's Queen of Katwe, and it is very uplifting, and I like the subject matter. Living in the slum of Katwe in Kampala, Uganda, is a constant struggle for a 10-year-old, Fiona, played by Madina Nawanga, and her family. Their world changes one day when she meets Robert Kaneda, a missionary who teaches children how to play chess. Fiona becomes fascinated with the game and soon becomes a top player under Kaneda's guidance. Now, her success in local competitions and tournaments opens the door to a bright future and a golden chance to escape from a life of poverty. So, as you can see, they look like they're having a good time playing chess. Do you play chess?
I've played chess, to say.
I have too.
Yeah. And,
it's complicated, very
it is.
strategic.
Yeah, my
very
daughter's
strategic.
played it a little bit, but it's fun.
It is, and you've got to use a lot of thought.
Yeah.
So that'll be on Friday at 2 and 7 p.m., and that is brought to you by Memorial Camp.
That is going to be a really good movie.
I think so.
Yeah. Now, another movie, that I think is going to be great. This is a classic. Goes back to 1965. It is in black and white, and it is Baby, the Rain Must Fall. It stars Lee Remick and Steve McQueen, and it's all about a young woman. She has an infant daughter. Her name is Margot Rose, and she pulls up stakes from Tyler, Texas, and heads to Columbus, Texas, to be reunited with her husband, and he has just been released from prison on parole. Columbus is Henry's hometown, and Margaret has never met her father. Margaret's the little girl. Henry is not yet ready for this reunion, and he is an irresponsible soul who has problems looking after himself, let alone a wife and an infant daughter. So really, kind of a dramatic movie. Of course, a great cast in this, and like I said, it's in black and white. But
yeah, and well, and Steve McQueen, is this an earlier movie for him?
1965. I'm really not sure what his first movies was.
I just kind of associate him with cars.
Yeah, well, Bullet came out in what, 68, 69, I think?
Oh, okay, so later.
Yeah, something like that. But
all right.
Yeah, a good movie. I think you'll really enjoy it. Tyler, Texas, known for excellent barbecue.
Of course.
Yes.
And that movie's brought to you by Harvard Eye.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, good.
Bridge classes. You want to learn to play bridge. Our bridge club here is wonderful, and they've really stepped up their game, pun intended, as far as teaching people the game.
Well, yeah, and you heard the Laguna Premier Realty people the other day that people are actually moving into our area to be able to play bridge here because it's huge.
Yes. So a couple events here. I know it's a little hard to read on screen. These are the flyers that they gave us. Best thing is to go to lagunabridge.com, get information. They have classes coming up February 4th, but they also have now ongoing introduction to bridge classes that take place at Clubhouse 7, and they're always adding different things.
Oh, yeah.
So check that out because it's
no lack of activity in that club, for sure.
No, not at all.
And then just a quick reminder that tonight, the Old Pros have an event, Happy New Year, and they're going to be doing readings from T.S. Eliot's Old Possum's Book of Practical Cats. And that'll be in Clubhouse 7 at 5:30. So check that out. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Sounds
Boy,
good.
that's a different title. I haven't heard of that one.
It was because the Cats movie came out.
Oh, okay.
So they're trying to associate that.
All right. Just got time here very quickly. Here's our weather going forward. As I said, this is kind of a weird day. A little sun, a little clouds, and there is a chance of a little bit of drizzle, primarily this afternoon. So we'll see if that comes forth. And going forward, those temperatures you see there all the way into next week, all the way, I know, at least until Wednesday, we're going to be hovering about around the mid-60s. Little sun, little maybe a morning fog, but it's going to stay pretty consistent, which I hope we do get some rain. It's not going to be anything today, much of, but I hope soon, because we want that. We've got a lot of rain at the end of 2019, but let's keep that going.
Speaking of barbecue, I'm heading to Austin.
Are you?
This weekend, yeah.
Ooh.
I'll report back.
Okay.
Okay.
Go to Franklin.
Go to Franklin. Have a great day in the village, and we'll see you tomorrow.
All right, bye-bye.
Well, he will.
Yeah.